The brush card assembly consists of the brush holders, the brush tension springs, the carbon brushes, and the plastic ring that secures it all together. Most problems with the brush card are the result of an overloaded tool. If overloaded, the tension springs and holders can be burnt. This can also cause the plastic mounting ring to melt or warp. Replacing the brush card assembly is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Socha.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
I'll begin by removing one half of the housing. I'll cut the label at the rear of the housing, and then I can separate the two halves. Now remove the two screws that secure the front housing to the plastic housing. With the screws removed, I can lift the motor and gearbox assembly away from the lower housing. Now I'll pull the brush springs away from the brushes. And with the tension off of the brushes, now I can separate the motor away from the brush ring. Now remove the switch assembly from the housing. I'll remove the screw that secures the control board to the housing. And now I can lift the components out. There's a spring behind the battery terminal. I'll want to be careful that I don't lose the spring as I remove this part. With the switch assembly removed, I can remove the brush card from the switch. Before I do, I'll note the location of the wires. I'll use a solder gun to heat the connection, then I can remove the wire. Now I'll install the new brush card. I'll align the wires with the openings in the switch. I'll apply a little bit of flux to each of the connections. The flux makes the solder flow more evenly and makes a good connection. And now I can solder the wires into place. Now I can reinstall the switch assembly. I'll align the switch with the housing, working each component into the openings. For the terminal block, I'll be sure to remember to reinstall the spring. With the control board back into place, I'll secure it with the screw. And now I'll reinstall the brush card. At this point, I'm only concerned about routing the wires, as I'll need to leave it loose from the housing to reinstall the motor. Now I can reinstall the motor and gearbox assembly back into the housing. I'll slide the commutator through the brush card, and then place the brush springs back over the brushes. Now I'll align each of the components with the housing. The notches on the field need to align with tabs on the housings. You should have one notch pointing straight up. Also, I'll be sure to align the brush card. And then I'll tuck the brush card wires the rest of the way into the housing. And now I'll reinstall the housing. Now reinstall the screws that secure the gearbox to the motor housing. And that's how you can replace the brush card in your power tool. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up